Hi, I'm Tim Baker and I'm the author of a newly released book, Attracting and Retaining Talent, Becoming an Employer of Choice. If you're watching this video on my website, if you cast your eyes to the left, you'll notice that you can download free of charge Chapter 1 of this book. If you're already sold on becoming an employer of choice, go to the right-hand side, click the PayPal button, and within days you'll receive my book personally autographed by myself. If you're still not sure about whether becoming an employer of choice, then perhaps I can enlighten you. Imagine an organisation that receives 1 million applications a year for 4,000 jobs. Imagine an organisation that's often more fun at work than it is at home. A pipe dream? No, it's Google. Google is actually an employer of choice, and Google's competitive advantage is its workplace culture. So why should we become an employer of choice? Well, in today's competitive society, we have little choice. Becoming an employer of choice is not a marketing slogan. It's not about gimmickry, and it's certainly not about free massages. It's actually about the employment relationship. It's about the psychological contract between the individual and the organisation. Employers of choice are able to actually merge the changing needs and interests of the individual and the organisation. And that becomes relevant because many organisations are still operating on the traditional mindset. That is the old them and us employment relationship. An employer of choice is actually a far more collaborative relationship between staff and the organisation. My research has indicated that there are 8 values that underpin an employer of choice. Those values include flexible deployment, customer focus, performance focus, project-based work, human spirit and work, commitment, learning and development, and open information. An organisation that actually is underpinned by those 8 values is an employer of choice, such as Google. So what are the actual benefits of becoming an employer of choice? Well, essentially an employer of choice is far more manoeuvrable and flexible in a fast-changing workplace and marketplace. An employer of choice is actually a far more focused organisation on the customer. Everything that's said, done and thought about is actually in the interest of the customer. It's performance focused. It is based around projects rather than hierarchy. It's an engaged workplace. Employees bring their hearts and minds to the workplace. It's an organisation that is filled with commitment rather than loyalty. It's an organisation that is actually a learning organisation that's continually growing and developing. It's an organisation that has open information which allows the employee to be enterprising and to show initiative. So there are lots of reasons to become an employer of choice.